Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. That's going to go a long way. Seedorf.
There's no doubt that this fella's contribution will be highly important. It's the one and only Philip Lahm.
And what do you consider his greatest quality, Jim?
Well, it's hard to name just one because he's such an out...
Tries from a long way out.
Gave it a go, but off target.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Moran kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Pirlo.
It's played through for him.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff. That pass isn't the best.
First quarter of an hour gone.
Botafogo are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Neatly clipped into space.
Eto'o showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Can he spark a counter here?
That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
Ferdinand gets across and deals with it.
And it's Seedorf. Passing nice and neat. Pirlo. And he was quick to react. Ball looks a good one. Lahm. That's been cut out, well played. Cruyff. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's clear cut, it's a free kick. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's managed to get free. Distributed tidily. It'll be a throw-in. And here's Eto'o. And he's whipped it across. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And he was alert to it. And he's heaved it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Hernes is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff. And it's Cruyff. Now that's well seen too. Seedorf. Spread it left. And that pass just didn't quite work. Roberto Carlos. It's Cruyff. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That's good running with the ball. Look at the Haaland! He's scored! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Lahm. Cruyff. Of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Hernes. Vieira. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Lahm picks it up out wide. Tries to get it clear. Oh, there's a probing ball. Chance here to counter.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
And they're back on the ball again. Haaland! That's the keeper's ball. Ibrahimovic. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Here's the start of the second half.
Botafogo really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter.
Eto'o!
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Good ball, good take. Nice looking ball. And he can clear it away. Big chance, corner. It's their second corner of the game. And that has been cleared. Botafogo are looking to go forward now. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Ibrahimovic really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Played out wide. Roberto Carlos. It's a good-looking delivery.
Nice and easy for the goalkeeper.
Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. No, again, there's no way through. Not the most accurate pass. Vieira.
Mbappe being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
That's a lovely, neat pass. And he cuts out the supply.
Eto'o is in a really good position out wide.
Substituição no time do Botafogo. Camisa
Your
22.
impression so far, Jim?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Oh,
the ball's run loose here.
Botafogo really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Vieira was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And here's Hullet. Takes a shot! He's got a goal! Botafogo back on level terms!
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
That's beautifully weighted.
And he shoots!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Mbappe really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
So, third corner of the game.
Camisa 2. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 11.
Bale, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Roberto Carlos kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Looking to play him in. Chance to deliver.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Botafogo perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Now it's Bale. Del Piero.
Decent chance!
And that was very necessary. Roberto Carlos receives it in a wide position.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And it's Azar. And here's Hullet. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
That's been slipped through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Looking for options for movement. He slings it in. And he's taking no chances there. It's run loose here. And this is Roberto Carlos.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Del Piero, driving forward. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Bale. And a chance! It's fallen kindly here. Yes, he's done it! Late in the day, this could well be it! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Substituição.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Out towards the flank. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And that is that. Botafogo have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Azar voted man of the match, and deservedly so. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit where it's due.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game, but he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Ibrahimovic! Wonderful from Ibrahimovic!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Pirlo, played into space, nicely intercepted. And it's Eto'o. Now that's well seen too. Botafogo are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Mbappe. And it's Cruyff. Vieira kept his eye on it, and he's there. Vieira. Some really good ball movement. Lovely pass, but it's Pirlo! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Pirlo really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Ferdinand. Botafogo leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. And here's Mbappe. Hernes is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Eto'o. He's got plenty of space out wide here, and across it goes. Pirlo. He's on it, can he get away? Pinches it off him. Bergomi defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Bergomi. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Probing pass. That is good alertness. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And it's Hullet. And the through ball. And he welcomes it in. Shot a goal! And he comes up trumps again.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
Header! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. And that should get the job done. He won't be happy with that one. Botafogo have the chance to go the other way. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Now it's Cruyff. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Cruyff
Was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Cruyff.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Bergomi. Roberto Carlos drives forward on the overlap.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And that is expertly dealt with. Eto'o.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Roberto Carlos. Bergomi.
Is a perfect combination of brain and brawn.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Pass somewhat off target.
They're back in possession and ready to go again.
And there is the half-time whistle.
A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Botafogo are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good.
Substituição em andamento.
And the second half gets underway. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now that looks a decent ball. Nicely weighted ball. This looks promising. Look at the space here, and the shot! He's got a goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Teremos uma substituição.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Botafogo
Are doing very nicely, thank you.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
And here's Beckham. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And he's picked it up out wide. Now here's the delivery.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
substituição.
And it's Hullet. Vieira. Roberto Carlos.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Haaland is onto this. Mbappe, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. That's a nicely shaped ball. Koller chasing after it. That has not gone well. Driving on and making good progress. Hernes. Mbappe being hunted in packs.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down there.
Passing nice and neat. And this is Roberto Carlos. Chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are pulling clear here.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all.
Senhoras e senhores, os souvenirs da partida de hoje já estão à venda no saguão do estádio.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
The action has already started. Now it's Cruyff. Eto'o.
Now that looks a decent ball.
And this is Cruyff.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that has been knocked clear.
And now the breakaway.
Looking for the run. That has not gone well.
There's no doubt that this fella's contribution will be highly important. It's the one and only Philipp Lahm.
And what do you consider his greatest quality, Jim?
Well, it's hard to name just one because he's such an outstanding player on so many fronts, but I'd say his tactical nous, a man who can single-handedly turn defence into attack, and he's capable of playing anywhere on either flank. And when you add in the vision and creativity of a central playmaker, there's nobody else like him.
And he goes cross-field. Varane promptly onto that, and that is that. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, that's well spotted. Ernest.
Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams.
Yeah.
And it's Lahm.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of...
Takes a shot!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Ferdinand gets it away. Botafogo are looking to go forward now.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Botafogo clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
That's really well manoeuvred. Vieira.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Ernest is someone with real dynamite in his boots.
Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Ernest threads one in. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Gabriel kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Oh, perfectly measured that.
Oh, shooting chance! Holland! That is brilliant! A finish right from the top draw.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
So the first goal of the game.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
It's a searching pass.
And this is Cruyff. He's shifting through the gears here.
That's a decent clearance. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, they've done it! Bergomi is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Ernest. Mbappe. Now who's going to be first to this? Vieira. Probing pass. That's good vision. Schmeichel gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Pinches it off him.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to...
He's having a shot!
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Shoots!
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Seedorf. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Now Hoeneß. Cruyff, who does have an assist to his name. Roberto Carlos. Looking for options for movement. Roberto Carlos. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Hoeneß plays it short. Brilliantly cut out. And now they can spring out of defence. And he was quick to react. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Vieira. And we hit half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Substituição no time do Botafogo. Camisa 22.
And the second half gets underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
Vieira. And it's Azar. No, again there's no way through. Botafogo come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And he's been shifted off it.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Eto.
Oh, he's been caught on it here!
Lahm. Hazard.
Tries to pass it through.
And this is
Ibrahimovic!
And that is wildly off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Camisa 14. Deixando o campo para a entrada de
And it's
camisa
Lahm.
10.
Nice looking ball.
18.
That is good alertness.
Camisa 26. Teremos
Lahm.
uma substituição.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Cross into the box.
And it's hoisted clear.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
They've got to be quick moving this forward. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Can he latch on to this?
Punched away. Lahm. Oh, that's nice. Referee's given a throw.
Lahm picks it up out wide. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And it's Roberto Carlos. And this is Pele. Shapes to shoot! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And they can counter here. Lam. Collier knocks it into space. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And here's Mbappe, looking to play him in.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Oh no, that was never going to make it. Roberto Carlos. Pele going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And he shoots! They've done it! Botafogo back on level terms! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Botafogo grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
And it's Hullet. Out to the left it goes. And here's the chance to counter. Can he get on the end of this? And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Nicely shaped ball. That has been knocked clear. Hullet. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Pele can so cleverly bypass the press.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
And this is Hullet. Hullet is flagged offside.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Azar, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lam. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Oh, that's a key interception. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And the referee brings it to a close. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective.